Hey everybody, it's Dylan from On and Off the Field. I'm just looking over here to pull up some stuff. Just going live here today to make an announcement. OOTF, that's On and Off the Field. In case you didn't know, I believe that's kind of like the title of this live thing. I didn't feel like typing out On and Off the Field, I guess. But OOTF is an announcement. I'm Dylan. I guess I'll throw it all out there. OnOffTheField.com is a very important place. We'll talk about it here in a minute. You can listen to the show on the RTF Sports Network. Shout out RTF Sports Network. We're live on that page as well. You can catch the show on Thursdays from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the live show is also on Thursday from 7:30, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all I'll say about that. I'm here today because we're starting to move on to our next fundraising initiative and pushing for change. That's going to be kind of our mantra here. Now, everybody knows what happened over the weekend, what happened last week with the death of George Floyd and the chaos that has ensued and absolutely taken over America. And I will not get into the politics of it all. That is dangerous, but there's so many things going on now that everyone is heated. This is what happens when something this tragic happens. All I know is it is tragic. And there was a murder in broad daylight because of racism and police brutality. I don't care who you are. You cannot deny that. Now, if you haven't noticed yet, with all the live shows we've done, if you ever checked out onoffield.com, looked at our about page, Fred and I, Fred, the co-host of On and Off the Field with me, we're white. Now, it seems I'm more kind of like red right now, but overall, we're white males. We have not had the hardest life, especially due to the white privilege that we have. And we don't have to get pulled over by a cop just because they saw a black guy drive by. If you don't understand what white privilege is, you either don't want to know what it is because then you might feel bad. But if you don't know what it is, I suggest you learn it and understand it, because I cannot, it's overtaking me now going through all the comments on social media and seeing these people. I had one guy earlier today, literally 20 minutes ago, who said white privilege is a myth. I can't do that anymore. I can't deal with that kind of stuff anymore. And this is the world we live in. Racism is more alive than almost ever. Back in the 60s and everything, obviously slavery was a thing, but racism these days is showing its face in broad daylight more than ever, at least in my lifetime. I feel like it's very apparent these days. And some of the people I've seen on my Facebook and my Facebook friends, some of the things they've posted is just stunning. So, but I'm not here to talk about all of that. I'm not going to go ahead and say if looting and rioting is right. I'm not going to do any of that. That's not my place. Our place with On and Off the Field is use the little platform that we have to try and make a difference. That is, we're going to make change. And the number one issue America has is we like to move past things very quickly. Now, if you don't hold on to the death of George Floyd, and if you don't remember this event and everything going on, it'll fly by. Everyone will be mad. Things will be broken down, looted, and just everything will be gone. And then people will cool off. And then it'll be like nothing ever happened. This is not the first time a cop has killed a black man in cold blood in the middle of a street before. This isn't the first time. But a lot of people have forgotten that this has happened before. And this will just be another thing that people forget about. And then it'll happen again. And then we'll be like, oh, yeah, this is crazy. Protest and riot. It's time to make a difference and make change happen. This is super hard to do because you're fighting racism, something that has been instilled in American culture for generations. This is what the Civil War was partially about, mostly about. Going back to like history in high school, we were taught two different things, but that's besides the point. There was slavery back. This has been part of American culture and world culture. Different races thinking they're better than other races. It's a damned lie. Everyone is equal and it should be treated as such. So here at On and Off the Field, we're going to try and make a small difference. Right now, we have set up a fundraiser for, let me pull up my screen. Ooh, not that. There we go. For the Boys and Girls Club of America. Now, if you don't know what the Boys and Girls Club of America is, don't worry. I didn't really know what it was either until Danny Boy, my one of our favorite people for the show, taught me about Boys and Girls Club of America. There's one locally in Rochester, New York, where we live. And it's amazing organization that is all over America. Hence why it's the Boys and Girls Club of America. And you can go to this website, bgca.org, and you can learn so much. You can learn about everything on here. There's they got their stats. They have down yet just stories people put out there about people that use the Boys. This is an organization that gives a foundation for kids and youth that don't have anywhere to stand on. The less fortunate, mostly people of color, the Black culture, Latino, Latina, anything like that. People that live in poverty and aren't given fair chances. This is what this group, this organization does all across the country. And it's a great about us to have. I'll always go to the mission and story to really learn more about what they want. And I put this on our website as well, which is what I'll go to right now. If you go to onandoutthefield.com, if you've never been to onandoutthefield.com, this is what it looks like. It's very fancy and cool and nice. But right here on the home page is the button. You can click donate, but also you can click the charities tab at the top. This is also where the Feeding America one was, which I believe is still open, still available, Feeding America, your link. But right now we're moving on to the Boys and Girls Club of America. I have their mission and vision statement there, a little statement here, and then you can click on the link provided, and it'll take you to, hopefully, here we go, our fundraiser. And we're sticking with the $1,000 mark. We didn't hit it yet for Feeding America, but we're really moving forward on this. We're going to push this one hard. The purpose here is, if you don't know what to do, because I didn't know what to do, what is a white man supposed to do to help in this scenario? You can go onto the street and you can help protest and make a difference. Stand behind your Black brothers and sisters and help make a difference. But if you're not in the scenario to do that, you live out in the country, in a rural area, you're not in the cities to really make a difference. You're not like near Atlanta where you can go, or in Washington, D.C., you can go talk to politicians and stuff like that. If you're not set up for success like that, you can just make a small donation here to help. I'm only making this setup through the podcast because we have a small outreach with the podcast. This isn't to say, look at the podcast, we're helping, we're doing amazing stuff. That's not what this is about. This is about trying to help, and this is not where it ends. This is going to be here. This fundraiser will forever be here. Once we get some finances in order, we talk about it. We're going to make our own donation to this, just like we did with Feeding America. But this is just the beginning. We're working on actually setting up an event with the Rochester Boys and Girls Club to get some group of people there to go help. You can volunteer to be a mentor for different things. It's obviously on the website. You can mentor to help different kinds of programs that they have there. And then I'm sure if I'm going to give them a call, see if something that they need specifically help with, and we're going to get a group together and help them. I also want to call the Rochester Police Department, or I live in the GPD, Greece Police Department, and we're going to bring our community together. And the one thing I kept going through my head was becoming one. It's the only people that aren't going to be involved in this are the racists, because this is everyone versus the racists, because those people are the ones that are causing all of the issues and the problems, and those are the ones doing the stuff. I'm not getting into that part, which I already said a million times, not getting into that. But this is all about making sure everyone loves each other and making sure the less fortunate are brought up. They're given the same opportunities that everyone should be given. And that is what we're going to do, or at least try to do here with On and Off the Field's very small platform. And I just pray that we don't forget about what has happened. George Floyd will not be forgotten. And with his death, with it being very tragic and unfortunate, hopefully this is what sparks major change in America. I know people have said this about all of the other events that has happened in the past years, but this is the time where we need to make positive change. No, positive change in America. Everyone has to be sick of it. How are you not sick of it? I can't sit back anymore, and you can make as many statuses as you want on Facebook. You can make tweets, you can do Instagram posts, you can do whatever you want, but it doesn't change anything. It's time to make real change. And yes, this is just a small fundraiser, but it will not end here. I can promise you that, at least for the Rochester community where I can locally make a change, this is not where it ends. If you're someone on last week's live show commented saying, "Hey, watching from Detroit." I don't know how the heck someone from Detroit is watching this show or found out about it, but thank you. Hi, if you're watching again from Detroit. But if you're in Detroit and you want to make positive change and maybe on and off the field sparked it some magical way, then do it. It's not, yes, it is hard, but it is doable. And I am guaranteeing you 100% you are not alone in the fight to make change. It's just a matter of finding the right people and doing the right thing at the right time, putting it all together, and you can do it wherever you are. I can guarantee that. You just have to push just a little bit harder than making a Facebook status. Take what your words say and turn them into action. And just this fundraiser is a small piece of it. What comes next, I'm not sure yet. We're working on it, but I guarantee you something positive will come out of this. I can feel it in my bones. All right, that's all I have for this. This video will be up on YouTube. I think I can attach it to this fundraising page thing that I have up on the screen. You can learn more about it. Like I said, let me pull up again the website. Go back to the beginning. bgca.org is where you can learn more about. You get a pop-up here. You can learn more about the Boys and Girls Club of America, and then also onandoutthefield.com. It's right on the homepage as it loads. Right there. The first thing down, I moved it above everything else. First thing you'll see, you can just hit that donate button. It brings up what I already had up. But that's all I have for you today. Go ahead and share this as much as you want. Wherever I already shared it. Oh, I didn't share this yet. I do a bunch of different platforms. Just spread it. It's a very small thing to donate, but it also makes a great impact. And just stay tuned for what's going to happen next. And for those who came to the end of this, new episodes coming out on Tuesday. It's going to be AFC North. So if you know any AFC North fans, have them tune into the show. It's going to be a blast. And yeah, just stick with it, folks. We can make a change and a positive change. I guarantee it. All right. Love y'all. Peace.